There is probably no indigenous Lagos family that is more famous than the Tinubu family. But although the family is now clearly culturally Yoruba, its ethnic provenance is traceable to what is now Borno State, according to Lagos historians, underscoring the historical and sociological inaccuracy of notions of ethnic purism in Nigeria. Well, Kanuri origins of the Tinubu family in Lagos by Berogi. The patriarch of the Tinubu family, historians of Lagos say, was a Kanuri man known as Momodu. It was most probably Modu since Kanuri tend to shorten Muhammad to Modu. Bugarawu was also alternately called Momo Abubakar, Momo Buka, or Afa Ibinu. He was an Islamic scholar who migrated from the defunct Borno Empire to what was then the Lagos colony in the 1800s and achieved some renown in the Lagos society. In the mid 1800s, he was employed as an Islamic spiritual guardian by Madam Efunroye Tinubu, a famous wealthy slave trader, power broker and agitator in Lagos, who was later banished to Abeokuta by the Lagos Oba of the time. In time, the spiritual guardian fell in love with his employer and they got married. But the marriage didn't produce children. Apparently, the childed, childlessness of marriage was a sequence of Madame Tinubu's infertility because she consented to Bugara marrying other women with whom he bore children. A mark of the cordiality that existed between Madame Tinubu and Alpha Bugara, in spite of Bugara's marriage to other women and having children by them, was evident in the fact that Bugara's children adopted Tinubu as their family name, even though they didn't share any filiation with Madame Tinubu. I distilled these tidbits about the history of the Tinubu family from an insightful inaugural lecture titled The Undertaker, the Python's Eye and Footsteps of the Ants, the historian's burden delivered by Professor Sian Oyeweso at the Lagos State University, LASU, in 2006. Oyeweso, one of the Nigeria's well-regarded historians who had an extensive academic career at LASU, now teaches at the Osun State University. Professor Oyeweso quoted Madam Tinubu's biographer by the name of Oladipo Yemitan as saying that while most people who bear the Tinubu name were children of Bugara who had no direct blood link with Madam Tinubu, chants of our former slaves and relatives from Abeokuta also bear it. During this association of Momo Buka and Efunroye Tinubu, the latter's name was so pervasive and all-embracing that all within the household perforce assumed the name Tinubu. Oyeweso quoted Yemiton to have written, included in this household were the children of Momo Buka by his other wives and Madame Tinubu's relatives from Abeokuta who had joined her in Lagos and lived with her. Of course, a number of slaves also assumed the name. Nonetheless, based on my own knowledge of the people and sociology of Kanem Borun, Momodu Bugara was not Kanuri, at least not on his patrilineal side. He was most certainly a Shuab Arab. Shuab Arabs who have been integral of the Bono to the Bono society for centuries and for number a little over a million in contemporary Borno states are called Bagara by Middle Eastern Arabs. I am certain that Bugara is the corruption of Bagara by Lagosians of the 1800s. Although several Bagara people, whom Kanuris call Shua Arabs, still speak their dialect of the Arab language, often called Chadian Arabic in the linguistics literature. Many of them have intermarried with the dominant Kanuri people in Borno and have adopted the Kanuri language. The state, the late Abba Kyari was a Kanurized Shuab Arab. Bagara, for all you know, Abba Kyari and the Bugara line of the Tinubu family in Lagos may share distant ancestral links. Now, why is this history important? For one, it helps to exemplify the complexity and syncretism of ethnic identity in Nigeria. For another, it says something about the name Tinubu, particularly in light of Bola Ahmed Tinubu's declaration that he wants to be the next president of Nigeria. When Professor Oyewoso delivered his lecture in 2006, Bola Buhari was the governor of Lagos State. This fact wasn't lost on Oyewoso. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, today, the current administration of Lagos State is headed by a Tinubu. He said, the Tinubu are also generally acknowledged as Lagosians. Another Tinubu headed the Lagos State Civil Service for 5 years. Others had distinguished themselves in journalism, security and community services, the organized private sector, and in the walks of life. But this is where Oyewoso got it all wrong. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not a member of any version of the Tinubu family. He is neither from the original Abeokuta Tinubu bloodline, the Bugara pedigree, nor the slave line of descent. Bola Tinubu is from a town in Osun State called Iragbaji, which is the headquarters of Borikpe local government area. His older sister is the mother of Alhaji Gboyega Oyewole, the current governor of Osun State. By several credible accounts, including from informants in Iragbaji, Bola Tinubu's original name was Amoda Lamidi Songodele Amoda. Abi, is it Amoda Lamidi Shongodele? That is Tinubu's original name. Amoda is the Yoruba Muslim domestication of Ahmad, which underwent phonetic transformation from Ahmad to Amadu to Amoda. The vowels in the name O and A were merely transposed. Lamidi is the Yoruba Muslim domestication of Abdul Hamid. As I wrote in my July 13, 2014, commonly titled Top 10 Yoruba Names You Never Guessed Were Arabic Names because of Yoruba people's fondness for the short forms of names, they often dispense with Abdul in Muslim names that begin with the prefix, so that leaves us with Hamid. Now, there's something some people call the H factor in Yoruba, which is the tendency for Yoruba speakers to unconsciously eliminate the H sounds in words in which it is normally pronounced and to add it to words that don't have it when they encounter a foreign language. So it is often pronounced as hit and hit is pronounced as it. Given this phonological characteristic, Hamid becomes Hamid, but the interference of the I sound in Abdul also causes it to be rendered as Lamid. Like in all Niger-Congo languages, it is unnatural for words not to have a terminal vowel in Yoruba. So a terminal vowel is added to Lamid to produce Lamidi. In other words, in his current name, only Ahmed is faithful to his original name, since Amoda is the domestication of a Hamad, which is often orthographically anglicized as Ahmed. Pastor Tunde Bakari helps to push this aspect of Tinubu's past into the center of national consciousness during a dishonest sermon in December 2020 that pretended to defend Tinubu. In my December 26, 2020 column titled Bakari Didn't Defend Tinubu, he defanged him. I unpacked Bakari's sly unmasking of Tinubu's identity chicanery. I wrote in Bakari's political homily, he basically affirmed all the hitherto frigid whispers about Tinubu, that he is from Iragbaji in Osun State, that his current name is not his original name, that he has disowned his biological parents and adopted the Tinubu family of Lagos, with whom he has zero consanguineal affiliation, that the late legendary Alhaja Abibat Mogaji of Lagos is not Tinubu's biological mother. It's also intriguing, by the way, that Mogaji, the last name of Tinubu's adopted mother, is the Yoruba domestication of the Hausa name Magaji, which means successor or inheritor. I am curious to know what Alhaja Abibat Mogaji's ancestral story is. Like her last name, Tinubu's daughter, Folashade, has become an inheritor of Alhaja Abibat Iyaloja of Lagos title and privileges. Well, I can understand Bola Tinubu's opportunistic adoption of the Tinubu name as his family. After all, most people identified with the Tinubu family name in Lagos today are not related to Madam Efunroye Tinubu, who popularized it in 19th century Lagos. If descendants of Kanuri's Shua Arabs or Bagara can be Tinubu, why not an Amoda Lamidi Shongodele, a Yoruba man from Iragbaji? But I don't and can't understand why he would also adopt Alhaja Mogaji as his mother, to the point of shunning the funeral of his own biological mother in Iragbaji. According to the late Yinka Odumake, well, make of what you will. Make of that what you will. story, story, story. The question is that people have been asking that they don't know his background, they don't know this, they don't know that. Well, I think this is people will always know. He has reasons. You can disown, maybe disown his own biological mother. I don't know how come he came. Did his mother bring him to Lagos? Because we are hearing different stories. But one thing that is pertinent is that Tinubu is not from Lagos. We know his origin, but why claiming where you are not from? That is what people are saying. Just be plain, just be truthful. His original name is Shongodele. Yeah, I think that's the last name I can remember. Amoda Lamidi Shongodele. So guys, we don't need to say much here. The whole thing is just there. Well, Bola Ahmed Tinubu has no blood relationship with Shana Tinubu family. Jagaban was an adopted child by Alhaji Mogaji, who was formerly married to Tinubu family. Okay, we are all adopted of child of God by Jesus. Formerly, we were servants. All those ones are story. What we are saying is that just accept where you came from. You can adopt, but people still know your history.